Hello, everyone. Hello. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the channel. Let me try and come in with my handset so I can see if I can be heard. Oh yeah. Where can I even put it? Oops. Okay, so welcome to the channel. Good morning, everyone. Depending on where you're watching from, it's morning here. It's 11 o'clock here. I know I actually had to push the time forward again because I had to attend to family needs. So today, as the topic is, should you ask questions reasonably? We have another one, which is respecting rules around border first, and the third one is the toilet close check. I meant to type closets check. And what made me to ask this question, to pick this is I saw Toke Makinwa's post where she was oh god, I think I've closed my Instagram, where she was talking about I hope it's my distance on. I don't know. I can come on Facebook with this account. I don't know how they do it. Yeah. Anyway, StreamYard. Yeah. So she was I don't know. Should I say lamenting on question people ask in my other channel, which is Gore's Corner? There was a time I did a video about people that ask too much questions. I'm going to go to her page on Instagram soon. And I said it there that the questions some people ask, they are too personal. Why don't you look at at people and see, is this something they will be comfortable with? Or you just think you just ask question as you feel led? Shouldn't question be asked? Okay, market. Okay. I'm gonna share screen as well so we are on the same page. Okay, I did copy here. I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can understand what I mean. So it's okay. Marking. I think marking while marking there. I can't even remember. I think it's this one. If I can't see it, I'll just go to Linda Ikeji or So anyway, she was talking about people that ask questions they ask intrusive questions, like also asking if when are you going to get married, when are you going to have children, and all that. Some question comes from a place of love, but the time, the environment, the mood of the person, there's so many things surrounding the kind of questions we ask people. Even if it's your own child in the house, you get to a stage where you need to look at them this way, and you say, you want to know, maybe you should ask that question in a soft way, or first of all try and see if you can crack a joke before you go into the question. I can't really see that this thing, so I'll just go to, is it Easter blog? Excuse me, Easter blog page, Easter blog. I don't know if it's Sister Blog Nigeria was just Sister Blog, but I remember seeing that post somewhere. When did she even send this thing? So definitely not this one. Okay, I'm still. Let me even see where I got this picture from, if I'm able to. This one is on TikTok, and I haven't really logged into my TikTok. So she was ranting about did Linda Kiji actually post it? I don't know. Linda, am I on search button? So the timing for when we ask questions matters. Some people think when they ask questions, it shows that they are very smart and very inquisitive. Of course, it does contribute to that, but I've seen this thing. But too much of a thing, there's things that we do too much. I hope my volume is actually on. Let me see if I can. I'm not even hearing. Am I? I hope I've not muted myself in any way. God help me. I hope I'm not just talking to myself. I didn't mute anything here. The mic is working. This is okay. Why is not speaking up? I don't know. It's on IS. View tab streamedia.com. Oh God, how come we cannot hear it? Why can we not hear it? It's not okay to ask. Okay, so I think we finally got it. So, like I was saying, even with our children, we read their mood sometimes. If you want to correct a child, except that thing is an emergency or something that is going to get them in trouble immediately, you don't want to come up harsh. You just want to say it, sometimes you say it in a subtle way, or you can say, oh no, don't touch that thing, it's going to hurt you, or no, what you're about to do is going to get you in trouble. You just have to say it in a subtle way. And there are some that, our voice is a bit harsh, we might not know that our voice is a bit harsh. It could actually make them fringe. And it also makes some children kind of a bit afraid. I have been in this position before. I have actually practiced it before, that the way I do the correction, they will not tell me, oh, or I see them that they have just been trying to stay away, and I don't know, my voice was high. When you start having conversation with them, they will tell you, oh, how they feel. Then it helps you to navigate between how you are going to. Where's my back scratcher? It does help you to navigate towards how you're going to approach them the next time. So, as I was saying, it helps to navigate how we ask the question next time, so we don't kind of upset them or make them to fringe. Now, the questions some adults ask, they are too nosy. That information has nothing to do with them. It's not helping them. It's just helping their nosiness, their gbeborun. They will ask the question. Some will ask the question in an embarrassing way. They will embarrass you for wanting to know about your life. And if you react in a way they didn't like, they will pick on it, that, oh, maybe that person is rude. Meanwhile, your own question actually triggers them. So I'm just going to play it so that we can hear what she was saying about the question people ask. She said,
certain questions.
let me see if I can start from the beginning.
It's not okay to ask certain questions, and these questions I'm going to share with you. Now, if somebody is not your friend and they are not in your social setting and you don't personally have their phone numbers, that means that personally, they might just be acquainted to you, but they're not your friends. It's not okay for you to ask them the following questions, because I feel like it's important that we help each other.
Yes.
Yes, they stopped posting each other on social media. Yes, she's not wearing her ring. Yes, you see her going out more. Yes, you want to ask so bad if they're still married because they're your couple goals, or because for some reason you think you're invested in their marriage more than they are. Resist the urge to be stupid. Why are you going to ask someone, are you guys still married, or are you still married? Do you think that's even a personal question to ask? Like, honestly, if you were their friend, you would know. Some people might be going through something. Maybe she lost the ring. Maybe she's just not ready to talk about it.
So I'm just going to be interjecting in between. So she's right. Certain question, even if that person is your friend or you care so much about that person, and you're worried about certain things you're seeing. Let's say, for example, she's talking about the ring. You notice that this person she's married and she's been using a ring. Suddenly you don't see a ring anymore. For me personally, I'm talking from my own side of this thing, my view. I would think of it, maybe she's added weight. The ring is really tight and uncomfortable in her finger. My fingers, I have my ring, but most times because I'm dipping hand in water when I'm wearing gloves at work, it disturbs, so I don't really put it on as such. Maybe when we're going out, or I just kind of stumble on it again, I'll just put it on. Whenever I'll just take it off again. Some people are getting expanded, or the ring is making them uncomfortable. Yeah. Some they've lost the ring. Maybe, like I said, I dropped mine and I'll stumble on it again. I'll put it on, or we're going out. I know where I go. I usually keep it. I'll keep it. I'll go and pick. Some of them, they have no issue. A lot have reasons why they are not wearing their ring, and some is a personal issue. Even if they're having issue with their husband, there's a way you can ask. So that's why I said some question come from a place of love, from a place of concern. But how you ask the question, where you ask the question, the method or motive for asking the questions also matters. There's a lot of things surrounding that questions you want to ask, surrounding your inquisitive. You want to know into it. You want to get more closure. You want to know that thing. Sometimes you see that question you want to ask is meaningless to you. It's not adding any value to you, but that nosiness is very important to you. Because some people, they are so nosy. They can miss their boss just because you want to be nosy. What does that question, what will it do to you? What do you want to use the question for? Do you need that information for something, or you just want to take it to another person? You want to the third party to say, oh, this is what you noticed because you are a newsbreaker, the observer. So somebody's not having their ring, you want to ask, um, are you close to the person? Can you ask privately? How did you start asking the question? Did you exchange pleasantry? Then you now say, oh, I observed something. Is everything okay? And if the person is that you can like, is everything okay? Oh, they can say, oh yeah, everything is fine. Okay. That's how I can say, if it's someone I'm close to and maybe we're is of a face-to-face talk, or if we're doing a video call, you ask them, I observe something, or you first of all ask, are you okay, family okay, work okay? You both exchange pleasantry, crack joke. Then you say, oh, I observe something, I would like to ask you a question. It might be a bit personal, but it's fine if you don't want to answer. Please don't feel embarrassed. This is coming from a place of love, blah blah blah. Some would have said, oh, I think I know what you want to ask. Even some, when you're asked talking, still trying to pet your way into the question you want to ask, they'll tell you, oh, don't bother, don't ask, I already know what you want to ask. That might take you to another question, like, how did you know what I want to ask, blah blah blah. It's conversation, something should lead there. It's not for you to just go blunt and ask someone about their ring. Did you see a missing ring that you want to ask them if it belongs to them? Then you can now ask the question after you must have said, oh, I noticed something. Can I ask? It might be a bit personal. If you don't want to answer it, I will understand, but I'll be praying for you or whatever. Just say what you, some people still even find this way that I'm telling you embarrassing, or they might feel, oh, what's your business? But like I said, is someone that you think someone that you're close to. You guys have been having conversation, kind of deep conversation. It's not just like LOI alone person. So be mindful of the kind of question you ask people. Some of them are embarrassing, they are too nosy, some of them are so annoying, like she said. So I will continue to click play.
It's maybe they're separated. People get separated and they come back together, right?
Yeah.
Resist the urge to ask people if they're still married. I think it's way too personal. And if you were in their lives, you would know. Okay. So if you want to ask, just try it. Just okay. Number two, stop asking people when they're getting married. Just stop. Okay. I know that marriage is your be all and end all. And without it, you feel like you haven't come to terms with your purpose in life and you would never really be complete.
So I'm just gonna talk on that as well. Asking people when they are going to get married. Sometimes these questions could be a pressure on them. Some of them will see the question as intimidating as well, harassing. You think of, you're asking that person, oh, when are you going to get married? Meanwhile, when they woke up this morning and they said, God, thank you for the day. Lord, I'm still waiting. I haven't found someone. I need a life partner. Oh, my mom is going to call in the next few minutes now again to ask the same question. Before you know it, the phone will ring. The mom is calling to greet her. And the way she's responding, she knows the mom will say, ask the question like, oh, have you found someone? Or any luck? Something like that. If you just join me, please, make yourself visible for me to give you a shout out, and thanks for joining. Please remember to help me to click the like button. I'll appreciate that. Like I was saying, so the person will, the mom now ask again, oh, when would you make me a grandmother? When I've done wedding for my friends, I've done so thing, people are waiting for me. It's not like they just want to remain single, but because they haven't found someone to propose to them, someone who will say, okay, they can live together, they want to live together. This one, I can go with this person. That's why. That is the reason. So when you start asking people when are they going to get married, remember that person has been woke up to even when she was thanking God, or he was thanking, it's just for 1 minute or two. Then the mom will call to still, after greeting and praying for her, she will still talk about the marriage. Even when the parent is praying, they will be praying. You will notice that when they get to that marriage thing, it will go long, go, and she's already getting peace, or he's already getting peace, like, oh, they've started again. When they ban the devil and all that, then you now step out, then you see someone else ask you, then at work another, then it becoming so embarrassing that they are even ashamed of themselves. Some will say to themselves, is there something wrong with me? Like, do they need to meet societal needs all the time? Is their own need not being in place or not being checked? Stop asking unreasonable question. Check when to ask the question, how to ask the question, the mood, how you go about the question, your relationship with the person you want to ask some nosy question. Because some questions, even if you're given the answer, it has nothing to do with you, it has no relevance to your life, you just want to fulfill your nosiness. Please make yourself visible. Let me give you a shout out, please. I know someone just joined me. I appreciate. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up for me. Thank you. So I will continue to play.
But not everyone is thinking like you. Just stop asking people that. I think the one that also annoys me is when you ask people, if they want kids, or are you trying, or when are you guys having kids? What if they've had failed attempts? What if they physically can't have kids? Like, what if they don't have the money to have kids? Are you going to raise the children for them? Everybody's working on their own path. Like, work on yours so that people don't look at you like you're crazy. Stop asking people crazy questions. I'm whispering because I don't want people to hear what I'm telling you, because I know that if I shout, they'll say, maybe I've come again. But, please stop asking people when they're getting married, if they're still married, when they're going to have kids.
So yeah, people asking people asking couples, when are they going to have children? This, remember, most of these couples face the issue of, when are you going to get married? When are you guys going to tie the knot? That's even the people that they know they have a boyfriend, they have a guy with them, they will now be pressuring them. When are you guys going to tie the knot? When is the wedding date? And they start doing the race, and they're trying to work with the money they have. Guys, it's not funny. They now got married. Some of them will say, okay, we don't have enough funds for family right now, but I mean, to start a family right now. But because we've been together for years and our parents are just kind of asking questions, mommy will cry on this one, the other one will cry. Okay, let's get married, but let's wait for 1 or 2 to 2 years. They would have agreed that the first 2 years, we're just going to enjoy ourselves, go to places, go and also save up for, when children start coming in, because they know the moment the woman get pregnant, some might not be able to really work as they would like to. Some will have one medical issue or the other. They just want to get some things sorted. So they've agreed that the first 18 months, the first 12 months is just them, and also to save. Do you want them to put it on their forehead that, since we just got married, we would like to stay away, we don't want to have children for the first 2 years, please don't ask us? Or you expect them that on their wedding day they should take a book and read and take a book and read the script out and say, hello, and thank you for coming to our wedding. We just want to inform you that from now on that we're now married. Myself and my wife, or my wife and my husband, has decided to stay for 2 years or 1 year or wherever, before we start raising family. So we just telling you so that you know, even if they do that, people will still ask questions. Do you expect them to start telling you, oh, in the next 2 years they don't want to ask, they don't want to have children? Good morning, Estelle family. Thanks for joining me. God bless you. I appreciate that. Thanks for the thumbs up. So, do you expect them to tell you, to keep telling you, or everyone that asks them, oh yeah, we're waiting, we decide to wait for 2 years? Then, because if they say that, you ask the next question like, oh, why are you waiting? What if when you wait is not coming, the baby is not coming yet? Okay, no problem. No problem. I appreciate you. Yeah, no problem. You can, yeah, if you're busy, because sometimes I'm even working in the kitchen, I'll just watch some video. I'll say I'll drop a message later. You can just be listening if you know you're not using your gadget. Thank you. I appreciate Estelle family. God bless you. Hope the children are fine as well. Yeah, so they might have their this. Do you want them to keep telling people, "Oh, we decide to wait for 2 years"? It's not everyone they can talk to. Some people would they would tell some close friends who are concerned, like, "Oh, are you guys waiting?" And I know a lot of people will be asked from a place of love, like, these people couple have been married for 2 years, we haven't noticed anything. But they will find the time when you guys are together and they will ask, are you guys waiting on the Lord? And the wife might nod, Some will like, oh, I'll be praying for you. Why some? They will ask the same way that you guys why are you guys still waiting? And they will respond like, well, we just decided to wait for the next 2 years or for a while before we start. We want to enjoy ourselves. We do know there are some that decide to wait, and when they are ready, the baby is not forthcoming. It works for some, it doesn't work for some. But let's be very careful with the personal questions that we ask. Let me continue to play that.
They want kids. If someone actually even answers your question and says, no, we actually don't want kids, please, please, please don't be unfortunate. Don't start saying things like, oh, have you frozen your eggs just in case you change your mind in the future? Fuck you respectfully. You don't know what their story is. It's none of your business. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye. It's not okay to.
So that's it for Toke marking. Wow, I'm just gonna take that off for now. Stop sharing. So yeah, so she said, of course, I didn't like the fact that she uses the F word there, but if I know she was going to, I would have just would I say stop that. Yeah, people would not tell you, and then you're asking people, did they freeze their egg in case they change their mind? Like I said, people might be asking from a place of love. Some don't mean to shame, but please, let's be more careful. Let's be more considerate. Let's ask reasonable questions. You want to know when people are going to give birth. You want to buy their children's outfit for them, or their what's it called, pregnancy kit things. No, some are just being nosy, and some will ask this question in an embarrassing way. Learn not to ask these questions in an embarrassing way. You see some people of nowadays, they too are not nice. If you ask them question on an embarrassing questions, they will respond to you in an embarrassing way. They will even disgrace you. If some will ignore you, and if you feel offended for being ignored, then yeah, they just feel you deserve what you get. Yeah, because you embarrass them first. And stop letting your questions send others to go on their knees to God again, to go back to God and start crying to God that, God, they've asked me again. No. Be considerate. You might be lucky to have yours. but be considerate of how we ask some questions. Some questions are personal when it comes to marriage, when it comes to people's progress in life. Be considerate of how you're going to ask the question. Check the atmosphere, their mood. Check what your question could cause them. What is going to cause them after you've left? Would it put them in a thinking position where they start asking God, Lord, when again? People are even asking me, let them be comfortable with God, not them. It's not like when they see you coming again, they just want to pretend as if they are busy or just go another way because they know you always ask questions. Let's be reasonable with that. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the share. Yeah, some ask questions. You remember I just treated something like this in Gores Corner like 2 months ago or so. Like people ask embarrassing questions, too much questions. You ask when are they going to give birth to children, and I know some people will ask from a place of law. Let's say, for example, now it's still family, and if I know her very well and we're very close, and I want to ask, and she's been married for a while, and I can say, "Oh, I'm praying for you. I hope. Are you waiting? I'm praying for you." There's a way conversation will lead there that you let them know that you're also concerned. You're praying for them. That God that did it for me will do it for you. Will do it for you. Some might even say, "Oh, we're not waiting, or we've decided that we're not going to have children," or, "Oh, we decide to wait." But some, the way they will ask, for me to now say it in the public, Abba now, then other people will now look at the lady and look at her tummy. We have this embarrassing look that we even give people. Stop asking some embarrassing questions, and even when you ask the questions, they don't also know that when you ask some question, they don't need to give you an answer. Some might just look at you and just like, some will look at you with bad eye. Why some will just like, they won't answer. They will just take their face away. Then you think they are very rude. You started it. You should have mind your business or check if it's something you can ask. Don't just assume and just ask the questions without thinking of the person's mood or what their reaction will be, what your question could cause. So that's it about asking unnecessary, annoying questions. Just be careful of the way you ask question. If the person is close to me, if I want to ask such question, it has to be on open, closed doors. Conversation will lead there. Will not even be the first thing I'm going to talk about. You even know if it's someone that really loves children. Maybe conversation leader, and you say, "Oh, don't worry, very soon your own will soon come." The way you will say it, and they will like, "Amen, oh amen." You know they are waiting, that they're also waiting on the Lord, and they will be happy that you're also putting them in prayer. It's not for you to embarrass them. That when are you guys going to have children? Are you how many years now? See, all your mates don't get married. All those things, like, do you think they don't wish to? Some of them don't wish to, they haven't planned to. But the way you are even saying it is even making them to go back to God, and their mood will change. It could even cause some couples to start having a fight. Let's be careful of the way we ask question. You ask question. One will ask me one day, "Why are you fat?" What kind of question is that? Why am I fat? Do I have reason? People are funny. I should now start telling you, "Oh, it's because of the medication I'm taking. Oh, I have tried you. It's not just going. Why are you that you're not fat slim? Why did you not fat too?" But some people will ask questions, but the way we want to kind of make it look, we want the person to just not feel embarrassed. But when they keep coming to ask the same sort of question, I want to avoid them. My face is not, I don't have a smiling face, so I don't make my face laughable to them once they ask, for them to even ask again. Once they ask, they just see that I'm emotionless. I'm not responding. Like, why do you want to know? Why asking me this embarrassing question? You don't know. You don't know what your question is doing to someone else. Well, like I said, let's be considerate when we're asking questions. Some questions are quite personal. Some is not about marriage. It's not about someone being fat. It's not about someone being have you not given birth. Some is even about, "Oh, did you guys buy the house? Is that your car? Did you rent it?" All those questions. You want to even know question about their husband, or about their wife. Why do you want to know? Are you their parents? Even parents will be careful of how they ask questions. There are some questions I don't just ask my children. Now sometimes I'll read their mood, then I'll like, okay, and I'll like, can I ask the question? Some will even say, oh, are you okay? Can I ask a question? If they say okay, I'll say, oh, if you think it's embarrassing, I do understand. You don't have to answer me right now. You can tell me whenever you feel okay. I've already given them, a clue. So they can say, oh, don't ask right now. I don't want my mood to change. I don't, while some will say, okay, because I'm trying to be considerate in the way I'm going to put the question out. Just be careful the way you ask some questions. Because they are your children does not mean that, oh, you just throw the question based on their age. I mean, because if they are still the little one, there are some questions you ask them that, why did you put that in there? Take it away. There are some, the ones they are getting becoming a teenager, they find some question even embarrassing. Some will tell you, you're embarrassing me. So my children will tell me sometimes, like, mommy, you're embarrassing me. I will tell them, no, we need to discuss SYX, like, oh, they'll feel embarrassed, but I'm trying to let them also feel close to me. So there are some questions, please find a way of asking it. And if they are not your children, they are your family member, or where for other family, extended family member, find a way of asking the question. It doesn't have to be in public. Asking in the public is another embarrassment. So it will give some people to be rude to you. Someone that might not even mean to be rude to you before, they might just feel very close to you, or they can withdraw from discussing with you because they feel you're actually going over the boundary. As Ninja will say, they don't pass their boundary. Yeah, be careful. I'll move on to this. There's this man. I don't know. I put it on my thumbnail. I'll try and see where I got it from. The man was seen on at the airport where they were checking his please give me a minute. Sam, love you. Okay, bye. You can shut the door now. Thank you. After that drink, just water, no more drink, okay? Yeah, I need your we to be clear, okay? Okay, bye. Sorry about that, my my little one, my son, my husband, my everything. It will come in once in a while. So yeah, so there's this guy that I saw at the border, what do I call it? Um Border Force, and they will check things that you have in, and some of them they will want to do a test on it. And this man was furious. He was fuming for the fact that they want to check his luggage. He said he has custard there, and he said, oh, it's for his children. What I actually brought the topic on is that every country, they do have, most country have their rules. And because we come from our, when we go to our hometown country, like for me, I'm from Nigeria, and we want to bring something in, something that we eat, something that we want to bring it into the country where we now reside. We should also try to check things that they will not allow. If you know you want to now take it and you're declaring it, make sure you have maybe the paper where everything is written. Make sure it's something they want to take, because if not, once you're being asked the question, they will not take you to a corner to be asking, what is this? It is where you guys are going through on the trolley there, where they are checking your things. Other people will be listening, other people that are around will be listening. They can't put airpod airbag in their ear so that they won't hear, or they will close their eyes. Even if they're not seeing, even if you are in a glass closure place, they can't blind you. If they can't hear what you're saying, they can see your action. They will say that, okay, you're being checked for something. So the man was kind of annoyed that he's being asked about his tasting. He said this ogi, his custard is this one is for his children. I felt sometimes we also overdo things. Could he said I saw where he said he declared it, but I think after those people checked it, that's when they are finally allowing him to go. So now imagine him being allowed to go. They will go and update their system by not wanting to allow such things to come into the country again. My batteries. Yeah. First, they will want those things. They will start updating so that those things doesn't. They start reducing things that they will be allowed to come into the country because it's a powdery thing. They don't know what could be mixed in there. That's why even when you bring anything powder, elubo, custard, the fact that it's powder, they still want to open and dip their hand inside because they know people hide things there. You know, Nigerian has turned to, like I said, Nigeria has talents. You just, if you create something, they will create their own until they mess that thing up. Isn't it almost every day that we see it on social media? You sometimes, if you go to Linda Cage's stream, you will see where they are showing people that have been arrested for carrying stuff that they are not, and they will hide them inside their luggages, inside their things. There's so many where they think there's no place they cannot hide it. So you're being careful. I'll let me check Linda and Katie because I think I saw um see my son's voice. So maybe it's not a page. The guy was is he star? No, let me check Tunde Ednots. Yeah. I'm just gonna play this thing for where the guy was okay. Oh, I haven't shared the screen. Sorry.
How am I going to explain it to you?
Who impose their trust.
That is the food that I give to my children. That is the food that I brought in this country many times. You are telling me that Nigerians can bring in their food. That's what you are saying.
No, it's not what I'm saying.
Then go and find out.
No, so what I'm saying is that unless I know exactly what this
How am I
is,
going to explain it to you then? This is a custard powder. Custard.
but I don't know that. Unless I have the box that has the ingredients.
All right, I
I'm
have
not
to go
allowed.
and transport it back from Nigeria and come and show you.
Okay, well, the options
Come
are
on. Does other countries bring in their food into Australia?
they do.
Did you ask me to declare it? I declared it. That is a food.
Sir, just because you've declared it doesn't mean it's allowed in. We must.
Without a commercial label, officers have no way of knowing exactly what is in the packets.
So this is where I want to come in, which they have already said. Because we declare it doesn't mean that it's allowed. That is it. Check what is allowed. Check what is not allowed. Because you are asked to declare it. If they ask you to declare that are you coming, you have money in your luggage, you said yes. They will want you to declare the amount of the money, the denomination of them. They want you to declare everything. So they can be able to tell you that, oh, this amount is too much for something to come in. What do you want to use it for? You know, there's so many questions they will ask. You've declared does not guarantee that okay is coming in. Even if they allow it, they might even give the quantity. They might have a quantity limit of what can come in. They could say, oh, this thing you cannot take more than 5 in or more than so kg, else you have to export it and go and pay for what's it called? Is it tax or whatever that they call custom? They will say, okay, it has to go through so route, or they believe this one, maybe this person is trying to sell this item is too much for a personal consumption or for personal use. Some people will say you can only bring in 2 kg. They will not allow more than certain kg. For example, some people will say if they are coming in to the country, they are allowed to take a palm oil. Some will say it's only 1 liter. Some will say, oh, they've been able to take 2 liters before. If the airports have their gauge, the one they cannot, the moment you're stopped, others might go free. But if you're the one that was stopped, you can't say, isn't it A has gone, B has gone, I'm D, you're now stopping me. All they are doing is they are doing their jobs. In as much as you're trying to prove right, you might be trying to prove your own right while you're on the wrong side, because they have their rules. You live there, they will say, oh, all these things has been sold in this country as well. You can go to those shop where they have it is imported in, and go and patronize them. They don't want you to bring the one they have not checked, the one that has not gone thorough through a check. You declare it as in been checked for safety, for good. So they will want to kind of dip in their hand into it or get some from it, put it into test. During that time, they're actually wasting your time. You'll be fuming, you'll be embarrassing, because a lot of people will look at you. And trust me, at the airport or where we have a lot of crowd, some people don't know how to bojukuro. Bojukuro as in to come on eye. They will be looking like this. They don't know how to like look with sense or just use style. They will look with, what is this? Okay. They will be looking, you will be embarrassed, they will still be looking. That's why even some people, you see some people, they will get embarrassed and say, why are you guys looking? They're not doing it from a place of awe. It's because they're also under tension. So they will feel like the way you guys are looking at them is even embarrassing them. And they are also embarrassing themselves while they are telling you to stop embarrassing them, to stop embarrassing them. So we'll continue to play it.
Or if the contents pose a quarantine risk.
There is a label there. It's written. The first one you took is written custard powder. I'm not going to bring in the container because it's too big. What am I going to feed my children? Something else? I'm not going to allow you to take it, man. I'm not going to allow you to take it.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
going
who is your supervisor? If you seriously, I'm going to take you to court over this. I have to speak. That is the food that I give to my children. That is the food that I brought in this country many times. You are telling me that Nigerians can bring in their food. That's what you are saying.
No, it's not what I'm saying.
Then go and find out.
No, sir, what I'm saying is that unless I know exactly what this
How am
food
I
is,
going to explain it to you then? This is a custard powder. Custard.
but I don't know that. Unless I have the box that has the ingredients,
All right, I
cannot
have to
allow-
go and transport it back from Nigeria. Come and show you.
Okay, well, the options
Come
are
on. Does other countries bring in their food into Australia?
they do.
Did you ask me to declare it? I declared it. That is a food.
Sir, just because you've declared it doesn't mean it's allowed in. We must.
Without a commercial label, officers have no way of knowing exactly what is in the packets or if the contents pose a quarantine risk.
There is a label there. It's written. The first one you took is written custard powder. I'm not going to bring in the container because it's too big. What am I going to feed my children? Something else? I'm not going to allow you to take it, man. I'm not going to allow you to take it.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
going
who is your supervisor? If you seriously, I'm going to take you to court over this. I have to speak. That is the food that I give to my children. That is the food that I.
So it was just repeating itself now. The man is right in a way, but at the same time is wrong in a way. That's what I mean, that sometimes we're proving our rights at the wrong place or at the wrong we're trying to prove that we're right where we're actually trending on the wrong thing. So you are standing on the red floor and you're saying I'm holding white. They could mix both together, like you have two colors with you. And you're wearing they say wear white, you're wearing black and white. Some people will tell you that you're not wearing white. You say this is white now, my trouser is white, but your top is black. So you wore two colors together. You say, oh, as long as there's white, you're trying to prove, like, as long as they have white. Did you tell them, or are you the one who made the rules? So I just feel like for my country, we just need to do a bit more better when it comes to us trying to argue this part that You know, you want to bring your things in. I know you should have quantity. Those people might be wrong, maybe the way they went about it, and people will just be looking at him, and it just get people the guy angry, you know, and he just started embarrassing himself. You know, he got to a stage where he was saying he wants to see their manager. There's nothing they can do. After doing all these things, you know, they will go to their system, they will upgrade the list of things that are not allowed. Sometimes when we're trying to prove something and we get away with it, we're teaching them a reason to go back and reassess. They will now upgrade what their rules. Take for example, people are coming into the UK, they are going to the Canada, US, and other places, and they get to a stage that of recent UK have been, you know, changing their policies and rules because there are certain things that people are now doing in excess. So they were had to go back and say, okay, we're not allowing this thing anymore. We're not allowing this thing anymore. This is what part of our action will cause. It will prevent others from also be able to do or gain access to what you have gain access to. I'm just going to read one or two comments. This person said, this easily bring my order or deal at Melbourne Airport to mind. It was extremely painful to lose my granted scent leaf, mint leaf, fried turkey, and other local owned spice like leru. I don't know what leru mean. Ifala and ewe. I don't know what that's saying. I literally was almost in tears. The other pitied me and allowed me in with Iru, which was clearly labeled locust beans. She said, though any beans is not allowed into Australia, but this doesn't look like beans to her. She wonders why it was labeled as beans. And it's called, because that's the name, the English name for locust beans. For Iru is locust beans. It was even more painful to live in Melbourne for months without any spice, and there was nowhere to buy. Even in the most African outlets, as food scarcity, sunshine. I learned lesson from it. Next time I will make sure to label all my spice. That's another thing that people should label. If you notice, the lady was saying they wouldn't know what you have inside custard, but if they have a mean person, the mean person will tell them, no, we sell custard here, we have custard here, so why bringing custard from somewhere else? You know, try and buy that thing and patronize in the same country. There's a lot where people try to bring noodles. The other day I did a video where I unboxed things that I was able to get in, and I was saying some cargo company don't allow it. Meanwhile, it's only people that are traveling normal flight thing that can help us to bring it. So sometimes, you know, if we know they will allow it, we take a little, we don't overdo it. That's the essence of this, that we should not overdo things, even when we're trying to prove our rights. We should try to know that we could be triggered into, excuse me, what we don't want to agree on. And I've already done 53 minutes. I'll round up soon. And my next one takes me to this one that about closet. I saw it, and the lady was so she found herself lucky, and it was also scary as well. It's not the first time I'm going to see something like that. So each time I'm at night, oh God, if I'm sleeping right now, the stage I am in, I go to toilet a lot. When I'm in toilet, I wee a lot because I try to take. So you can see, this is my coffee and lemon. So this is my second call for this morning, and it's just 10 minutes or 5 minutes to 12. So I try to take this like two. I'll take one or two before noon, before I will eat normal food. For you to see that I'm trying this thing, see my face, I want to blow. So some people would think it's just food that makes one fat. No, you don't know what people are going through. So because I take a lot of liquid as well and water, so I tend to use the toilet a lot. I've got a little bit of loose would I say um you should understand, don't let me use the word. So some people are lucky, they've had 4, 5 children, they don't have it, they are okay. And why some, it has affected them, so they use the toilets more often. Yeah. So I'm not able to retain my wee for a very long time. I just have to go and just empty my bowel, my what's it called, water content out. So, and at night, if I see such thing, I can just imagine what's going to happen to me. So I've watched some videos from back home where I'll see it on social media, Instagram or wherever, where people will be saying, "Oh, please check well. They found a snake, they found reptiles, they find something." So even if I want to use the toilet at night, do you know what I do? I'll make sure I'll put the light on to want to see us. I'll stand up. You never can tell. That's even when we know that it might not be possible as such. When you are abroad, there are some places abroad that it's very rare to find such, but you never can tell. The things of the mind, because that thing has already been in my mind. So when I saw it today, I said, "Oh, God knows that the next 1 month to 6 weeks, I will be checking and be over checking." You can imagine if you want to do number 2, as in poo, and you have to sit down. You start trying to want to see if you can hear any movement. That thing is a bit scary. Let me see how I can get. Where did I even see this picture from? So I can also share it. I don't know if you can see it. That's the toilet, this thing, and that's I think a big snake in there. I think I got it from Instagram as well. Let me check, Tunde, if I got it from his page as well. And the lady was really fidgeting. She was saying, "Oh, she just used the toilet just a few minutes ago," and I can imagine she feels how lucky she is to have escaped such things, because unknowingly, if you sit on that thing, or even if you're coming in and if you're coming in to want to come and use the toilet, and you even see such creature, some would not be able to even. Maybe it's this one. Can you see? I'll take it off now. I just hope that. Oh, I wasn't even. I wasn't even showing you. Let me just put it on. Oh God, I thought. Um, Share screen. Yes.
Baby, I just peed. Look how big he is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just peed. I peed. I peed. There's a thing in there. I peed. I just peed. I just peed. I just.
As you can see, she said she just peed just few minutes. It might just be just few minutes, or she just got up. Oh, shit, no. There was one that I heard the person just stood up. She stood up and she just wanted to flush. Hey, that one, and she was saying she just peed. Is it that when she just peed, she wanted to wipe her hands or wash her hand, then she noticed it? The one I heard last, she too just peed. She stood up. When you get up and you want to just flush this thing, that's when she noticed. She just thought, "Eh, thank God." And that thing is not dead. That thing is still very much alive. So as at the time she was peeing, the thing was just still keeping quiet. You can imagine if she wanted to do number 2 and she still stayed there and be scrolling phone, not knowing, and the thing would just do. We don't know what God is saving us from. God have mercy. We don't know. Sometimes when I think, I would just say there are some things I don't know God is saving me from, but we tend to know later. So when I'm praying in the morning and I'm saying good morning, saying thank you, Jesus, for everything, what you've done for me, what you've done for my family, for my children, for my friends and my, extended family. I also thank God for the things he has done that I am unaware of. Yeah, that thing that he has done that I'm unaware of, because sometimes we take the would I say we take the gift of God, the mercy God, what God has saved us from. We take all these things for granted. We don't know. We don't know how it is that God is just helping us. What we're saving us from, what he has saved our children from. Some people will miss their train and you will see how angry they are. But give them 30 minutes, an hour, or later in the evening, they will hear that that train has actually had an accident or something has happened, or the bus they missed, the car they. So many things that, one couldn't even attend to, one would have loved to. So sometimes, there's always a blessing in each disappointment, in something that you are not able to pull through. God might be saving you from something. You don't know why. Because it doesn't work your way does not mean that we should forget God. And we just have to kind of cultivate the habit of praising God and thanking God for even for what he has saved us from, the goodness, his goodness that we are not aware of in our life, in the life of our children, in the life of our families, our friends and families, and every other thing at work. Even at work, we don't know what God is saving us from. Some people are even planning that you should just make a mistake so that they can just get rid of you, and they can just be in your position. But you know what? God is making you to make, if you make the mistake, you will see it yourself, or whoever found the mistake will just tell you, oh, please correct this thing. They won't make a fuss. Yeah. So let's be thankful, let's be grateful, because nothing like this happened to anybody, does not, any of us, does not mean that it's because we're righteous or because God loves us more. It's not because we're beautiful and every other thing. It's the grace of God. So let's be more vigilant as well, please, when we use the toilet, especially when we just wake up. Because sometimes when we just wake up, our eyes are not that clear. We're not too that our sensitive this thing is not too alert. We just want to wake up and just use the toilet and so let's be more vigilant as well, in as much as we're thanking God for protecting us, guiding us and all that. Let's also make this thing aware. Let's tell our children, that they should be more vigilant. We never can tell when this kind of a thing comes. Where I comes from, some people will say, oh, it's not ordinary, it's spiritual. Where I come from, so anything, if you cough, they might think it's the devil, is witch. If you sneeze twice, the third one, they're already thinking it's spiritual. Ordinary headache, they take it as, and ordinary headache does make some people even cry. We know that. But yeah, so some will think, oh, that snake, how did the snake get there? It was someone that sent it to them. They want to bite them. It could be true, but most of it might not. It might just be scientific method. Maybe that thing has been there for a while. Maybe he's just getting tired and he wants to just crawl out. Of course, whoever gets on his way, he might strike them. So we're grateful. I'm actually even happy for that lady. And I can imagine how she felt, like she just peed. That's what she just said, that she just literally peed. And God saved her. You can imagine that day how she's going to be. And whenever she's visiting any toilet, that toilet is our own toilet and it's clean. You can imagine if it's a public toilet, that we don't even know what is even hidden in there. God help us. That's it for me, guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Estill family, for staying with me. I appreciate you. God bless you. And yeah, I'll keep it at that for now. If anyone watched this video, please help me to rewatch if you can. I'm still trying to work on my watch hours. I usually say this again at the end of the video. I don't know why YouTube is cutting my hours off, as in my watch hours. That's one of the trouble one faces with YouTube. They would you check it today, it will be at 500 and something. Before you know it, in the next week or 2 days later, they will drop it to 3 something, and you keep doing again. I don't know, but I just know that one day I'm just going to get there. So you'll be seeing more of my face here more. I'm concentrating on this channel more of recent than the other Gores. I'll be dropping video there as well and be going live as the every 2 weeks, but I would do more video live here at least 3-4 times or 5 times in a week, just to also catch up on my watch hours. I do appreciate you. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your love. I'm not taking it for granted. I love you guys. And I will see you in my next one. Is it this one now? Oh, it's not this one. I'm just going to put my end video. Thought I sent to one. It's still the same thing I'm putting. Hey, God help me. Oh. Okay, so I haven't gotten maybe I'll put that in another time. The end video for the live stream. Not this one. I'll see you in my next one. Don't let me start messing up. I feel like I should leave the video to continue to run since I'm done with what I want to do. Maybe to accumulate more hours, but I don't know. I think I'll just stop it and do another one another time. I do appreciate you. Do take care. Bye. Let me put end music. Where's the music thing? Hi everyone. I need to learn how to connect my Facebook to this. I'm coming. Let me just mute it. I'm done. I'm so sorry. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.